Hello everyone! It is time for my July favorites, and I might be a little bit biased on the month of July because my birthday is July 30th, but I think July is an awesome month. So I have a good selection kind of across the board. I have some beauty stuff and some food and life things, I guess you could call them. So I'm going to get right into it with the beauty thing. The first thing I have is the Julep nail polish in Gloria, and it is just the most perfect corally pink shade. It's awesome for your toes, it's awesome for your fingers. It's just such a summer shade. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and in certain light it's more pink and in other light it's more orange, which I really like from my corals. In a light like this where it is very cool toned, it's definitely more of a pink, and then in a light where it's a little bit more yellow toned, it's going to be more of an orange. Julep formulas are awesome. They are 4 free. Some of them are 5 free. This is a 4 free. The actual polish itself goes opaque pretty easy. I think I did about 2 coats of this on my fingers and it was perfectly opaque, not streaky at all. And I really like the formula of Julep nail polishes. They are a little bit more on the pricey side. I think they're like $14 a nail polish, but they do run a lot of deals. I believe I got this actually in one of their mystery boxes, which if you haven't checked out the Julep mystery boxes, you definitely should. They run a new one every single month, and I think that they're a great buy. You get a whole bunch of nail polishes, and they might not necessarily be the things that you would pick out yourself, but it's also a fun way to try new colors that you wouldn't necessarily pick out for yourself, so something that you might not necessarily be drawn to right away. And a lot of times they'll do sales as well, so definitely get on their email list because they send out a lot of emails. They do 50% off sales all the time, or they'll do codes and stuff like that where you can get discounts, and I just think they're an awesome brand. Sticking with the natural brand run, I have been loving the Burt's Bees Hibiscus Lip Balm. That's what I have on my lips today. And contrary to the actual hibiscus flower, it is nothing like that shade. It is a nude, essentially, kind of like a rosy mauvey brown. I think it's really pretty. On my lips, it sometimes comes out a little bit more peachy, but I think it's the perfect everyday shade. I love tinted lip balms because in the summertime, I don't want to wear lipstick, really. I don't want to have a face full of makeup necessarily, and this is just a nice little way to bring a little bit of color to my lips because I do have naturally pale lips, and to moisturize them at the same time. I wish it had sunscreen in it, but you can't win them all, and I love the Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balms. Next, I have the Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin Blemish Clearing Facial Wipes with Salicylic Acid. Every summer I break out. No question about it, I'm gonna have a breakout. Pretty much any time that the weather changes drastically, I'm gonna go through some skin issues. In the summertime, my skin really likes to get oily, and so I can use products that are made for more oily skin. I don't find it drying at all. Usually what I'll do with something like this is I will rinse my face off after a couple of minutes, or if I feel like it stings at all, I will rinse my face off. And sometimes, especially if I've just recently scrubbed, these are a little bit harsh on my skin, but I've found that the actual acne fighting portion of this is working awesome even when I do rinse my face off afterwards. I really like using wipes, makeup wipes in the summertime. I want to get that clean feeling like instantly. So I'll use a makeup wipe and then either rinse my face off or afterwards wash my face with a cleanser. I've been liking these a lot. I'm not a fan of the smell. They kind of smell so sterile. I don't know, they smell like something from my life that I don't really like, and I just can't put my finger on it. And they are a little bit soapier than I like my cleansing wipes to feel. But aside from the things that I don't so much like about them, I think they are completely awesome. And also, if you do have oily skin, I think these would be like just friggin' incredible because they don't dry your skin out, but they do leave you with that very, very clean feeling without feeling stripped. So I think these are absolutely awesome, and I would definitely suggest them. And last in the beauty realm is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in 021 Sunlight. I've been looking for a good matte bronzer since I can't find my Neutrogena bronzer anywhere. Like, it's like they don't even make it anymore, and it's really frustrating, and I've been trying to find one that isn't too orange, and I feel like this is a tiny bit orange. It picks up real orange on the camera, but it's not as orange as this in real life. But I still like it. I don't like it as much as the Neutrogena one, but I can't find that one anywhere. It's like Neutrogena Healthy Glow, I believe. But this one has been an awesome substitute. I also like using it in the crease. I think it's a really pretty transition color. Again, it is more a little bit on the orangey side, definitely a warm toned bronzer. But I think it's pretty. As far as it being waterproof, I haven't really gotten to test that out yet because if I go to the beach or something, I'm not going to be wearing bronzer. But it's lovely. It's not very shimmery. Like, it has the tiniest bit, and like when you kind of move it around in the pan, you can see that there's a little bit of glitter. But I haven't found that it transfers onto the brush and onto my face. So I've liked this one well enough, but it's not like my holy grail bronzer. That's definitely still the Neutrogena Healthy Glow bronzer. Next thing I have is a book, and it is You Deserve a Drink, Bluesy Misadventures and Tales of Debauchery by Mamrie Hart. And this is one of those books that it is taking me a really long time to read because I keep stopping because I don't want it to end. I am pretty much at the end. I have like a couple of pages left and it makes me really, really sad. If you guys do watch Mamrie Hart, you will know that she's friggin' hilarious. She's just absolutely ridiculously funny, and she's raunchy, and I love it. This, I would say, is kind of akin to Chelsea Handler's My Horizontal Life in the tone of the comedy. It's really like dry and kind of cheesy at the same time, but I really love it. And she has pictures in here too, and it is also like a drink cookbook, a drink book. I don't even know what you would call it. It does have drink recipes at the beginning of every single chapter, and I really love that. I just think it adds something to the book and makes it a little bit more fun than it would be, even though it's already like the friggin' best book ever. I'm so sad to be ending it, and I couldn't suggest this book anymore, especially for a summer beach read. I feel like it's perfect to bring to the beach with you, or on a train. It would be really great on the train. It's just hilarious. She's so funny. And I don't want it to end, and I'm really sad that it's about to end, but I couldn't suggest this book any more than I already have. The last physical thing that I have are York Peppermint Patties. I've been putting them in the freezer because that's my favorite way to eat them. And as you can see, staring down the bag, there's hardly any left. I just think they're so freaking good in the summertime because they are refreshing, and especially if you put them in the freezer, they take on like a chewier texture. I'm the kind of person that likes to let her peeps get stale, so I like the more chewier, a little bit harder, not so much melt in your mouth texture. I'm not a big melt in your mouth person. I don't really like it that much. And I found that when you put peppermint patties in the freezer, you do get that just like wonderful chewy texture, and it makes the mint a little bit cooler, so when you're hot, it just feels like a breeze. It feels like a nice breeze in your mouth. And I love peppermint patties. They're super tasty, and putting them in the freezer just makes them a billion times better than they were before. Next, I have two shows to talk about. The first one is Poldark, and it is a show that I discovered I think at the beginning of July. It might have even been around the end of June, but it's on PBS Masterpiece, and it is about a man who goes off to war, and everybody pretty much thinks that he died, and then he comes back after his father's death to kind of claim the house and the land that his father owns. I guess his father owns like a village. I don't know. The way that things used to work back then, people owned villages, which I still think is very strange, but kind of him going back and learning that the love of his life, who thought he was dead, is now marrying his cousin, and kind of the turmoil that ensues. There is some romance and a little bit of suspense, kind of suspense in the Downton Abbey sense, to where it's not like ridiculously exciting, but it's still something that you can really, really get into. Poldark is played by the absolutely beautiful Aidan Turner, who, oh my gosh, he's just such a lovely man. He was on Being Human, and he was also in the Hobbit series. He played the dwarf that fell in love with the elf. Can't remember his name at all. So he's always very entertaining and lovely to watch, and the character is kind of a brooding type of character. So he definitely plays it very well. And the next show is Orange is the New Black. I know I'm a little bit late to the most recent season bandwagon. I've been watching it on and off for a little while, but I finished up the 2nd season and then started on the 3rd season, and I just ate that 3rd season up. Like, I was just like, more, just give me more, I need more, I need more, this is amazing. The development of the characters, they did a lot more of that, which I really like when they go into the backstories. And of course, I'm not going to say anything for anybody who hasn't watched it already, which I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that hasn't watched it yet that is going to watch it. But there was a lot of shit that went down this season. The transformation that Piper's character went through was something that I really enjoyed, because I've never been a big fan of Piper's character. I've actually always kind of hated her character. I just thought she was obnoxious and terrible. But she's really kind of getting into the whole prison thing, kind of working the system to her advantage. But I found this season just absolutely hilarious. And of course, I mean, it is a hilarious show, but this season there was just like a lot of hijinks and a lot of crazy shit that went down. So I really enjoyed that. So that is it for my July favorites. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below with some things that you were loving this past July. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!